Hey guys, so I wanted to give you guys a quick little update on our drag AE86 that we've been working on. Found some time to get some stuff done on it, and been pretty happy with the progress. It's just a lot of work, you know, again, in between jobs and everything else we have going on. But definitely want to get this thing done, you know, so I try and put in the time when I can to make it all happen. So one of the latest updates is I got the motor kind of mocked up in here, so I got a dummy engine in there, and just trying to figure out what I have for space and get everything centered up with what I'm going to do next is probably put the rear end housing back in it, just so I can get all the center lines in the car, so I can get the motor mounted exactly the way I wanted. So the next thing we did also was I got the steering rack in the car. This is a different steering rack than what the car used to have, so we got that in there mounted. I want to get wheels and tires on it so we can get this thing rolling and get it back on the ground and take a look at it once it's all pretty much all the fab work's done. So again, steering rack's in, it's all mounted. I'm going to order up some tie rod ends to get these steering arms done. Once I get that, I'm going to order the parts also to finish the steering column. So steering column is going to do something a little different, because now since it's got the double frame rail and we moved the wheelbase back to factory, we don't have a lot of room. So if you saw here before, this is where the old steering rack used to be, so considerable difference of how far back we went back. And so a lot of this stuff was incorporated, the double frame rail was incorporated when the wheelbase was extended. So luckily this all fell into a really good alignment there, and the only problem I have now is getting the steering column, you know, which is, you got this bar that's kind of in the way. Let me look around here. So I got that steering rack in there, so now I need to do like a double U-joint to come up, kind of slip in this way, come across, and then connect the steering column. So it'll probably connect up in this area somewhere. And so that's the next thing I'm going to figure out, is getting the steering rack done, steering column finished, and trying to figure out what to do with some sort of a mid plate to get the engine mounted. We did have these existing motor mount sections before that we used to use, so I plan on still using them. I don't really want to use a engine plate, because if a lot of you guys know, regardless whether it's a 5S block, a 3S block, the weak link on a 5S or a 3S is this area down in here. This is where the blocks used to crack. The older blocks would crack in this area. So as the years went on, Toyota made these blocks a lot stronger. And what I normally do is I build a plate to go from here to here to lock this whole area in, to lock it in, to make it all stronger so it's not as brittle. So I'm gonna do that, and that's why I don't want to tie the front of the motor to engine plate, because then I feel it just stresses out this whole area more than what it should. I don't know, that's kind of my philosophy behind it. But I'm going to probably use these existing mounts still, and build some kind of bracket there along with some kind of mid plate. So I got Stella here telling me breakfast is ready.
Yeah, your breakfast is ready. Dad.
And in here, the dry sump needs to go. So that's the only tricky part about this mount, is figuring that out. You know, so I have to figure that out. Make sure I have enough space to get the dry sump in there, which I think I should. Shouldn't have an issue there. But yeah, I got this all kind of sitting there to figure out, you know, how much clearance we have to make the intake manifold, and how far forward I want to move the motor or move it back. And I need to get the mid plate done, that way I can get the firewall done. So that's one of the big things I have to do as well. So in these cars you have to run a steel firewall. This car used to have an aluminum firewall before, so there's so many things that have to be redone in this car, because the specs now of what SFI requires is not what they required back then. So obviously things change, which is fine. It's all safety for the driver regardless. So if you make the mid plate, it'll kind of block off this entire area, and then there's going to be reinforcement bars from here as well to reinforce this bar. And so that's what we're going to do next. We got this door bar in, that's already all welded in place. this will be the next X for the door bar. I haven't put this in because I don't want to continue to jump over the car and over these bars. I figured leave these out for now. That way I can access the car easily. But if you look at the rear of the car, I had told you guys in a lot of the other videos we were going to add all these bars in, so everything back here is pretty much tied in and done. You can see a lot of reinforcement went in here from the bottom side. You can see everything that got done in there, so a lot of good work. Wishbone moves, sway bar moves nice and easy. We reinforced that as well to make sure that's strong and things there don't move around too much. Just a lot of work that got implemented back here and got it all figured out. There is 2 bars I'm still gonna add, 2 small little bars. So if you look right here, I'm gonna add 2 bars reinforcing this, just Xing in this little section back here. So that'll be next, and that'll be the end of the rear of the car. So they'll be both on one on either side. We'll get those locked in there, and then after that we got to get the trunk mounted. The fiberglass trunk is up here, so we will reincorporate that, get that trunk installed. These are actually the original tabs that this car used to have when it had that fiberglass trunk. These were changed because it had the big wing, but we'll probably leave these for now to incorporate the spill plates that come off the side for the Pro Stock wing that we want to put. This is gonna have to get cut off to include a double chute mount, so we have to do that still. And so yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done, but whatever, little by little it'll all get taken care of. It's all getting there, you know. Here's the other side of the bar that wheel tub bar that I put in, so this is all done. I put a reinforcement brace right there by the driver. This used to not be here before, so we installed that. You know, we did this bar down here just to protect the driver again, which is me. We got a roof bar, but I'm gonna add another. Probably I might X the roof bar and do that as well. And so yeah, things are just, you know, we're chipping away at it, man, getting this thing finished up. And I want to get the steering done. Once I get the steering done, I'll be really happy about that. And firewall motor mounts will be next. So and then I'll get you guys a video of this also. This is the motor that's going to Barbados. We got it on the pallet. I have to modify the downpipe a little bit and get this thing all squared away and finalized to ship out the door. So we're basically going to dress this thing up in its entirety. He wants alternator on it, any fittings for the oil system, for the turbocharger, just all the little small details he wants me to get on there. So I'm going to get the wastegate dump incorporated back into the downpipe. So I'll get you guys some video of this once it's all complete as well. So stay tuned, guys. I hope everybody has a very happy Thanksgiving coming up, and we'll keep pushing. We got some big surprises coming for 2024, where we will finally be back in the old school class, and we will reveal that come the beginning of the year. And the partnership between PSI Racing and Ogami Racing just keeps growing, so I'm very happy about it. And great bunch of guys, couldn't ask for a better team. So very fortunate, and again, hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.